Hey everybody, I'm Rich G.
And I'm BJ Flagg, and this is episode 361, the Best Small Business Show, where we deliver and simplify strategies and insights that drive your small business success. Today's topic: maximizing ROI on a tight marketing budget. Oh, yeah, this is it, Rich.
Well, let's lay our cards on the table here.
Uh-oh.
Many small business owners are concerned about maximizing their ROI, and ROI is return on your investment. You're spending a lot of money on your marketing. You want to see a return on it.
Yeah.
But you have a tight marketing budget. That's the problem. And a lot of us do. And so whether you're just starting out or looking to get more bang for your buck, we've got you covered with four great tips and action steps.
And I just want you to stick around as we share these tips and recommendations because at the end, we have two fantastic books that are going to help you master your marketing efforts. Let's get started, Rich.
Okay, tip number one, prioritize your target audience. Now, this is something that I bring up with a lot of my clients. Who's
Yeah.
your best customer? Who's your primary customer? Who's your secondary customer? Who's your tertiary customer? Understanding who your ideal customers are is crucial to the success of your marketing and your business. So you really need to know, and not who you like to work with, but who really provides the best ROI for your business. You can't afford to market to everyone. And that's the trap that a lot of people, well, I everybody's my customer. No,
Yeah.
they're not. No, they're not. And when your budget is tight, you do this broad-based marketing of trying to throw spaghetti everywhere. You're wasting
Mhm.
money and you're talking to people that frankly aren't interested in your product. So what BJ and I want you to do is to focus in on that audience that's most likely to convert and buy your products.
Yeah. And I really need you to do this. And I know this sounds kind of crazy because there's a lot of CRMs out there that are purporting to do it for you, but I need you to do this. We're a small business. I need you to create a detailed persona of your buyer. And that is not as hard as it sounds. It is actually, you know what those person looks like. Outline their demographics, their interests, their pain points, their buying behaviors. Just get all those things figured out and do it natively. You are the best person to create this. And at some point, I'm not saying forget them totally, somebody like a HubSpot or whatever. But right now, you learn how to do it. You get the knowledge, and then you're able to craft a HubSpot in the future. So that's where we are. I'm going to go into tip number two, which is leverage content. That's right. Be more like Rich G. Oh my gosh. Content is king. He is the master at content marketing. It's cost effective and you can yield significant returns over time. The focus on creating high quality, valuable content. Yes, every single person can write. So don't give that to me. Don't give that to me. Rich?
I write a lot, and I find that
Yes, you do.
developing content is not as hard as you think it is. You
Mm,
can talk about your product or service. You could talk about your customers' needs and problems. You could talk about the state of the economy or your business.
yeah.
Writing content is not that hard. The other thing that it does is it makes you an authority. People will look
Yes.
up to you like you know what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
what's funny is then people will regard you as an authority. I tell this to a lot of my businesses that I coach, that they need to put out a lot of content because people will put you kind of like on a pedestal, and
Yeah.
they'll put you above your competition because your
Yes.
competition's not writing content.
Which
And
is great. Which
simple
is so
stuff.
great.
We're not asking you to write War and Peace. It's just here are the top 5 mistakes most people make when hiring an electrician. Okay.
Boom. Job
Boom.
done.
What, and I
Yes.
bet you if you're an electrician, you could come up with those five mistakes in like about 10 seconds. So start thinking about that and start putting things together. Take action in this one is start a blog or a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Just pick up your camera and just start talking to it, and you could publish live right to YouTube. BJ?
And one thing that I've seen a lot of people do is Substack. A lot of people are getting into Substack. And I love those little bits of information that can be so valuable. You use Medium, right? I think there are fantastic things that you can do to broaden your audience for sure.
Yeah, I write, like this morning, I wrote on a topic called You Shouldn't Talk About Politics at Work. Okay.
I
And
love it.
and it's great. It took me about a half an hour to write, but it's going to go up on my website. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
publish it to LinkedIn. It's going to go out as a newsletter. I'm probably going to do a LinkedIn carousel with it. There's so many things. Once you write it, you can dissect it in many different ways. The other
Yeah.
thing, now this is right from BJ, is commit to a regular posting schedule,
It's
whether
all I
it's
ask you to do.
weekly or biweekly. You
Yes.
have to come up with a schedule because just doing these one-offs in the ether aren't going to work.
Hmm.
Like, oh, I wrote an article this quarter. Nobody cares. But when you're
Yeah.
consistent and regular, people look forward to your. Let me put it to you this way. Now, this is going to sound really funny. I get a monthly newsletter from my septic tank cleaning company. Okay.
I remember you
Now
talking about
talk.
this.
Now let's talk about obscure knowledge. I read the newsletter. And I let a lot of newsletters go by, but I read it because I have a septic tank. But guess what it does? When I have to, my septic tank cleaner has to come every 2 years. When I have to remember their name and number, I already know it because I've been reading their newsletter on
Yeah.
different things. Now, it sounds like an obscure thing, but they've won me over as a customer by
Oh,
doing that regular
oh
posting
yeah.
schedule.
Oh yeah. And I think using tools like Google Analytics to track and which content is really working and what's in, really pushing engagement and things like that. I know you do this a lot. You do snooping. You snoop
Yeah.
in, you find out, and then you write more about it,
Yeah.
because you got them. You got them on the hook.
Well, it's funny. I tell a lot of my clients, I do a lot, I look at a lot of analytics on my website, and I start to see that people hit my homepage, which has a lot of information on it,
Mhm.
and that's like 80% of the analytics. Then maybe they go to the about page or the contact me page or something. But other than that, it's like keep it simple. So Google
Yeah.
Analytics helps me a lot. Helps me
Yeah,
a
for
lot.
sure.
Well, tip 3 is utilize your social media advertising wisely. If you do make this step into paying for advertising in social media, don't just go whole hog. You really need to use it wisely. Social media platforms offer a powerful advertising tool that can be tailored to your budget. You can
Yeah.
move the actuators back and forth to find out exactly how much you want to spend per day, per week, per month, and focus on the platforms where your target audience is most active. And oh my God, BJ has built this into my head. It's just like, who's
Yeah.
my customer? For my
Yeah.
coaching practice, it ain't Facebook, it's LinkedIn. And that's
Yeah.
where I put most of my focus.
Exactly. And I think that when you're thinking about it from that term, you're again. using the audience, that persona that you created. So this is not like you're reinventing anything. Don't get overwhelmed. You're not reinventing, you have it. And what I like as far as take action steps is run small targeted ad campaigns on Instagram's great for B2B, B2C, LinkedIn, B2B, fantastic. And it really depends on your target audience. You might be on TikTok. You might have products and services that are fantastic on TikTok, and you got a little bit of a step and you can do something fun. That is great.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I follow a person on TikTok. Now, this is weird. They are
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Go.
a phone case and screen protector store in the Danbury Mall, right under the Apple store, where everybody goes to get their phone case. And
Oh my
she
God.
has her camera, her iPhone, up right by the cash register, and it's her interactions with customers. And what's interesting is the reason why I watch it is her customer service is bar none the best. The way she talks to the customer, upsells the customer, gets the customer comfortable, I'm just blown away. And it's always fun to watch. That's just setting up her phone and hitting live on TikTok, and she has hundreds of thousands of followers. Okay. It's just and I just watch it. I always flip by it. I go, "Oh yeah, how's she doing with this?" And the
Yeah,
customer
yeah.
is always so funny. So
That is so incredible. But one thing that a lot of people, we went back talking about content is king. Repeat your stories because a lot of people just don't see them. So, 2 days later, put them in, maybe change the message a little. But don't use those as throwaways.
yeah,
Make it a reel instead of a story, perhaps. That saves it. That keeps it going. I absolutely love Rich's carousels on LinkedIn. They are phenomenal, designed very, very well, and they're like little nuggets of information. Those are fantastic, and I know test it to see, oh,
yeah.
did I get a lot on this? Did this ad perform? Oh, what's the best? I should need to adjust my content accordingly. It's just phenomenal what a small business has at their fingertips for free. I haven't, you know, I've suggested a little bit of spending money, but not so bad. And allocate a small budget to any of these tests and just see what is working before you really scale up and spend a big, gigantic bucks. I know, Rich, you had a comment about, which I thought was so powerful, about that scatter approach and how actually bringing it all the way in and having a very tight persona is better.
Yeah, it's so true. When I call it ABCDEFG testing, you're
Yeah,
really trying to get out there and understand who is really absorbing your information, who
yeah,
is reading, because you're going to be surprised that it might not be the typical person that you think. And also, it's before scaling up, you're just testing out. You're going out there and finding out who really is
yeah,
your customer. I
yeah.
find, I have a prospect this morning that ran into my practice via Google. They Googled my name
Yeah,
or they Googled my practice and my
uh-huh,
name popped up. And
yeah.
I
I mean,
had
you
to
can't
build
ask
out my
for anything
business
better than that.
page. Yeah,
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 yeah. And I think, when you see things like that, you realize, oh my gosh, these are the most important things I could do. Let's get to tip 4 before everybody goes to sleep. Build partnerships and collaborations. This is huge right now. Partnering with other businesses can help you reach a wider audience without significantly increasing your market spend. It's just literally you're putting them in, you're coordinating a couple of emails, they write you this, they give you little assets, you combine together. oh my gosh, you just broadened your audience. And if they put it in their email newsletter, you have a whole bunch of new people who are going to possibly follow you. You can't imagine the benefit of looking for a business that is complement to yours that could really help you, accelerate your marketing for the cheap.
Well, let's take action. Reach out to potential partners for joint promotions, co-hosted events, or content collaborations. If you're selling insurance, you might do life insurance, hook up with somebody that sells auto and home insurance, or a financial advisor or an attorney. If you're a contractor, hook up with a mortgage broker. There's so many different collaborations. And here's the thing. When you collaborate, they're bringing their customers in. You're doubling your reach instantly. So,
Yeah,
for example, a local coffee shop, there you go, the New York
that's a great one.
Coffee Shop could partner with a bookstore for a joint promotion or event.
Mhm.
Very easy to do. And
Yeah.
suddenly you double your reach out there. And they're not, coffee shops are in the business of selling books, and bookstores most likely are in the business of selling coffee. So you can
Wow.
apply each, so it really works out well.
Definitely, because who doesn't not like having some coffee and sitting down with a good book? Boom, everyone does. So I think it's great. You're gonna love this book. We recommend it all the time. So pull it off the shelf again. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Oh my gosh, this book is going to help you clarify your message and create marketing that connects directly to your audience. So if you're struggling a little understanding that concept of audience, struggle no more. This book is fantastic for that.
Yeah, our second book is a book by Joe Pulizzi. It's called Content Inc. And this book offers a roadmap for building a content first business model and maximizing your content marketing efforts. So if you're afraid of diving in to start your content, this book is great to help you
Oh yeah.
really hone your content and make it even more powerful. It's a great book.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. And that's a wrap. We invite you to share this episode on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and TikTok with a hashtag, the best small business show.
And thank you for tuning in. If this episode has been valuable to you, take advantage of future insights. Subscribe, follow, and share it with other budding entrepreneurs who could benefit from it. If you belong to a group, tell them about our podcast. Your support helps us reach more people and make a more significant impact. And by the way, we don't have commercials.
That's right. That's right. To learn more and to talk to our team, contact me, BJ Flag, at newrenew.com for all your brand marketing needs. And find my podcast partner, Rich G, at richg.com if you need the best business coach to help you grow your business.
And thanks to our editor and producer, Richard Scalzo. Have an unbelievable week, and we'll catch you later.